Listening to the B4evaKool podcast. My name is Rex45.
My name is TJ, here with two wheels and coffee.
What's going on, man? How you doing this today?
Hey man, we had a nice race weekend, back to back races. Now we got a 3 week stretch, but a lot of news has happened.
Yeah, man. Summer break
You,
time for some people. Other people, it's the Loudon Classic.
yeah, the Loudon Class is approaching this week as well. So some of the teams are already there nice and early. Uh, Penguin has their 2 day class or school, and then it goes into racing Friday for the club. Saturday will be the Moto America, not Moto America, but the Loudon Classic,
Uh huh.
and then Sunday will continue with club racing. So it's going to be a long weekend. Unfortunately, I'll be there for half of the week, but you know, can't wait
Um,
to see that big race.
yeah, I was gonna say you must be excited about that.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's the races that were there last year with the different class of bikes, and then the big race with all the big names and the big purse. But there's also some baggers there, so it was actually pretty cool. We have a super street class with the Neymar Racing Club Racing, and there's the super street. There was an actual Harley rider out there. We're so used to seeing sport bikes and
Oh, no
uh,
kidding.
uh, dual sports. So this was last year, but there was a Harley rider out there that attempted, and it was pretty cool to see a Harley on the track. And not to mention, Moto America has that as a series, and to bring it to the classic should should be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I was going to be there. I wish I was going to be there. That's all I can say. Hopefully, I hear all about it, and you will have some good tales that you can, come on the show and chat about. But as you mentioned, big news in the MotoGP world. Marquez got the factory seat, beating out Jorge Martin, as we knew, because Jorge went to Aprilia and Bastianini, and I am still shocked, I will say. But what's your thoughts on that?
I guess when you jump the gun, a lot of things happen. Uh, that's when it's just like when everyone's just sitting still and someone has to make the first move, and then all of a sudden it just domino effects. So I think someone just had to make the first move. They were just waiting to the last moment. And it looks like Martin or Aprilia made the first move, and
Martin.
I guess that's what Ducati was waiting for.
Yeah.
So
I don't
I
know.
don't know how Marquez got that factory seat. We believe that Anea would keep it, and if not, it will go to Jorge.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't.
it's
Go ahead.
news. No, I'm saying I think it's crazy news. It's for him to demand to be on the factory. He got what he wanted, but let's see if he can continue his season the way it's going. Hopefully for the better, but I don't know how that works out when you jump in ship.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if Ducati will ever come out and say the reasoning behind their decision. Like you said, you didn't say maybe Aprilia jumped the gun and maybe Ducati was waiting. But I don't know. Because I felt like Martin made the jump because that deal happened so fast. So clearly, whatever happened between Sunday and Monday morning ish was enough for them to work it out that Monday and get the deal done by the end of the day on Monday. Like I said, I think for Ducati, they're smarter people than me, and obviously they're the decision makers. As a fan, seeing them for however long now since Pecco, right? I mean, outside of Jack Miller, really, what I'm saying, most of the people that were starting to bring in was all Moto 2 riders coming up. So from that standpoint, to kind of break that off and say, okay, we want the 8-time world champion to come sign. And again, I don't think they needed Mark Marquez to win. Ducati is probably going to win the championship this year, regardless if it's Pecco or Martin or Mark Marquez. You know what I'm saying? So, for them, we'll see. I was talking to Bobby Shakes, and he thinks it's because it's there's 2 years left on this bike that since they're going to be moving to the 850cc in 2027, why not? Right? Because then it's going to be kind of a new road for everyone, kind of thing. But still, Bastianini is still a talented rider. We haven't figured out where he went yet. So we don't know where he's going yet, I should say. So we're still waiting to hear that. But like I said, that's a big move. That's a lot of pieces moving. That's Red Bull, leaving Red Bull that he's been with forever, and some of these other brands that he's been with forever. So and I mean, obviously he wants to win. I don't know what Marquez gave up, because I would assume, I would assume that Ducati was holding all the cards because they got the best bike.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. Still want to read up on see what how Mark Marquez just kind of eased up in there. Seemed like very smoothly after everyone was putting up fights to get there. But that last race, man, I think Martin knew it, especially that last corner. I think it had to do with that last corner. Even in the little press conference, he said that he rode like a rookie. Felt like he was ashamed that he let that slip that easy, and knowing what he's shooting for to have Bassanini, who's has the factory seat, slip by him. He was like, "Yeah, that's probably it. So let me just jump where I need to go." That's
Right.
just my observation. How it happened so quickly because I seen Aprilia come in, but I thought Ducati would make a decision before the Aprilia decision. So I don't.
Yeah. And as we're sitting here talking about it, I'm shocked that Marquez have it. You're maybe less shocked than I am, because we thought Bastianini was going to get it, but we're both sitting here saying Martin wasn't going to get the chair, which is also something to for people maybe smarter than us to examine as well, because the guy was pretty close, so it'd be interesting to see what they felt he's missing, what was the ingredient, and he's been with Ducati for 4 years. So for him, again, like I said, I there's some loyalty comes into play, and I would have hoped that it would have gone to Bastianini or Martin. I don't think it should have gone to Marquez because again, he came in on a 1 year deal. We already know how talented the man is because he already got 8 world titles. So it's not, I don't we'll see because if Marquez come in and wins the title this year and win the titles for the next 3 year, I'm pretty sure people are going to forget about it. But if he doesn't win a title in these 2 years, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it would be worth it. So we'll have to wait and see. And he's going to have to win some. He's going to have to at least win 2 titles with them. I can't. I can't. You know what I mean? Because if not, Bastianini is very close, and Bastianini is showing that you know he can ride with Marquez. I mean, Pecco and Bastianini showing that. So it is crazy, man. And the world is, I wouldn't say they're not on fire on this, but it definitely it was I think it was a shock to a few people.
Need a little more answers. Do you think since there's like a fuel between Bastianini and Jorge Martin of who should get it? It's just the tension was just too strong. Do you think the best decision was just like thankfully we have a rider like Mark Marquez who is actually performing well. Let's choose him and part ways with both of them to make it easier on everyone.
I don't know. I don't, I think I would have thought like I said, I thought they would have stayed with Bastianini. I felt like he did enough to say, I'm not the number one rider. Maybe they don't think like that anymore in MotoGP. But he's still, he's fourth in the champion, and for penalties and a little bit of bad luck earlier, he might have even been further up. I mean, I guess we can say that about all the riders that's had issues, regardless of mechanical crash. But I think he's ridden in the 7 rounds. I felt like he rode well enough to keep his seat. Uh, it is Mark Marquez, but again, like I said, I don't. It's one thing if you're a struggling team and you want someone to come in like Brooklyn
Right.
did with KD and Garnett and these guys and stuff like that, or Kyrie and James. I can see that, but like Ducati already is already in MotoGP, World Superbike, Motor America, the British BSB. the Ducati brand is up and not up and coming, but it's doing well. So, like I said, I don't, we'll see. Marquez got to win. I mean, he has to win titles, and I think if he doesn't win titles, I would feel like it wasn't a success. Me personally.
This will be a, this will be our proof. We can actually kind of focus in on if Ducati will strip parts throughout the rest of the year to see
For
if
Martin and
Ducati
for
has a
Bastianini.
downfall. Yeah, to see if his downfall, happens. But hopefully he can pull it together. Because I mean, it's tight right now. It's what I think 18 points gap between one and two.
Right.
We have a lot of racing left. So I mean,
It makes it very hard. It makes it very hard for Bastianini, and it makes it very hard for Martin. I mean, granted, Martin got a factory seat and probably got good money. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like bad, but still, you know, you give your notice, right, that you're leaving the job, but you're somewhat disgruntled. It's one thing if you got all these awards on the wall, they love you, you love them, and stuff like that, and you give their no, you giving a notice. This is a situation where it's at this point, I don't think Martin's gonna be high fiving none of them dudes after this, even if he's winning. He's not going to be
right.
running over to the Ducati camp and hugging those guys. Some guy, I don't know. We'll see. But the way he comes off, he's going to feel a way about it. So his demeanor is going to be different, and it has to be. I mean, you have to be one strong human being for your demeanor not to be different coming into work. Even if you're sitting here giving 100%, your demeanor is going to change a little bit, and that could wear on the rest of the team and stuff like that. Or the rest of the team may say, "Oh, Martin's not here right now," so they may not give the same 100% as well. So like I said, these guys have been in business longer than I've been alive. So, they know best. I hope they know best. But I think it's a very tricky situation when you got still, 14 rounds, I believe, left. And the guy that's leading the championship, you don't give him a factory seat on the bike that you're hoping to win a championship with.
Now, like last year, it's a big deal because when Mark Marquez was finally leaving Honda after so many years, he still had a few races left, and obviously you give a strong effort, but when you have something different upcoming, I don't know if that attention is like always the same as it was before.
Right.
So it's much worse off with Martin because now he has half the season to go, knowing that he didn't get the factory seat he wanted, but he got a factory seat. Um, it's just I don't know, like how do you play out the rest of the season? How hard you got to work
How
and you got
do
to
you
make
go?
sure everything is in order. I don't know. It's just difficult.
Right. You look at when Vinales was disgruntled. We saw how that happened. All the situations where riders and team are disgruntled, it doesn't usually end well. You know what I'm saying? So, and look, I hope that Martin uses the fuel to win the championship and bounce, right? But that takes a very strong mind to be like, I'm gonna not worry about none of this. It's all business, all love. I'm still gonna get right here and give 100% to these guys and do all these things and get better. And and even the point of putting himself on the line, right? Is he going to be willing to crash out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Mm.
you know what I'm saying though. So it could get messy. And the same thing with Bastianini. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have not just one person sore, you have two people that sore in the organization. So and again, and they all, I'm pretty, both Martin and Bastianini felt like they should have had that factory seat. And like I said, from a loyalty standpoint, Marquez could have got the factory seat next year. They could have signed a 1-year deal to somebody, and Marquez get the seat next year. Because like I said, when I mean, again, it's business. They probably know what their stocks are looking like. They probably know the idea of Marquez coming, how much more noise. The people that hated Ducati and love Honda may come over to Ducati now because of Marquez. I mean, that obviously, what I'm saying, Marquez got his fan base. So they may all of a sudden go trading a bunch of Hondas. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe it's that. Maybe it's to sell bikes and it has nothing to do with the championship whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Because Marquez got a bigger name than Bastianini and obviously Martin globally. So you know what I mean. So maybe it's that. Maybe they got him cheap. You know, no, you know what I mean. But like I say, I those two guys, it, I would feel away. You know, I feel away, and it's not even happening to me.
It looks like he got it till 2026 though, Mark Marquez, I believe.
Yeah, it's a 2 years. Yeah,
Um,
2 year deal.
yeah. So I mean that's locked in, and I mean the spots are starting to fill up, and they're showing the calendar. Well, not the calendar. The all the spots for the teams. So Ducati's already locked up. KTM's already locked up with Brad Bennett and Pedro. So yeah, it's just gonna be with the moves we didn't expect. It's kind of gonna be interesting to see where not Martin because he's on a pro year, but where Bastianini
We're,
and all the fellow riders we're gonna fill it.
you know, you got Bastianini, you got Vinales, you got Jack Miller, you got
Yep.
Jorge Martin. Um, you know, I don't even know about what Augusto Fernandez, what his situation is. You know, we don't know what Miguel Oliveira's situation is. I think I think Raul's safe. I think he's gonna get another deal. I think because he's riding better than Oliveira right now. I think Vinales can get another deal with Aprilia. It's really his decision. But Jesus, I mean, I don't know where is he trying. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still can win one. So, like,
Right.
you know, I mean, the only place you really, I mean, he could go to Honda, but like then you just look. I mean, I guess you just hoping to stay at Honda for like 4 to 6 years and not worry about trying to win a title. So if he wants to win a title, his best chance right now is Aprilia. You know, unless Ducati wants to sign him, but you know what I'm saying? Like, well, we got one seat available in Grassini. So, and you know, Bastianini could go back to Grassini, but as a factory rider, they generally don't go down. You know what I'm saying the tail end of their career. So I'm sure Bastianini is looking for a factory seat somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be interesting. Morbidelli, although Morbidelli's riding better, you know, maybe they keep him for another year now and put him alongside Furman Aldeguer. You know, it'd be interesting to see because I mean, you know,
Things are shaking up, so he might have to do what Mark Marquez did, just go from a factory to uh, a satellite team, and then try to work your way back up. But I, I don't know. It's not too many factory seats left, so
there is not. There is rumor that KTM might bring out two more factory seats, so they may have six bikes on the grid, I believe. Um, but that's rumored because the gas are the 2024 bikes. They just didn't, you know, and they already factory colors. So you know, so yeah, so it's possible they may come out with another set of two bikes. We don't know if Yamaha's going to come out with another two bikes on a satellite team yet. It doesn't seem like Pramac is going. It sounds like Rossi's team wants to stay with Ducati as well. And I think I'm pretty sure Grassini's not going to. You're not going to leave the well that's giving you all the water right now. That's for sure.
yeah, that's we got John Zarco staying with LCR, so there's only one Honda seat, and yeah, I mean, I hope that Yamaha brings some. I hope somebody, different KTM or Yamaha, at least brings upon more bikes, which would, you know, give some space for Aldegier coming up, and uh, they would, give an AS seat and keep like some of the Trackhouse guys for another year. I don't know. It's just
No,
was
yeah, I agree. If KTM add two seats and Yamaha add two seats, it will be very interesting now because outside of LA, everyone probably can stay in Motor America. I mean, Motor America and in MotoGP, and you can still get a couple of riders to come up from Moto Two instead of one at the moment. And you know, Joe Roberts rode really well. You know, winning the last round and stuff like that at Mugello. So you know his stock is going up as far as becoming a MotoGP rider, and I'm pretty sure Trackhouse is probably starting to look at him a little bit and saying, "Hey, you know, this would be good marketing, right? Because we can promote that, and which they need, you know, what I mean, they really do."
the sport is growing and it's been taken over. So I'm sure they want to improve it some way or another. But add a few more bikes and keep the same talent that's there, and see. That's how I think it should be.
Yeah,
But
I
I don't
agree.
have the money. I don't know the details and what goes into now because I know it's a lot for a full season. But
All
we'll see.
right. So we're gonna wrap up soon. So where you pick Enea going? KTM, Aprilia. Hot take.
Man, I don't know. Uh, I say I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah.
I say KTM. I say KTM. But if there's a Ducati satellite open for him, I think he'll probably just jump that gun. Case in point, where Mir and Alex Rins, when Suzuki left them,
Right.
like they had no choice. It was either go to World Superbike or retire. But
Right.
they just took a seat and they jumped on Honda, and their cards fell where they may
Y-
at the season after. So I'm sure he's probably disappointed in losing the factory seat just like that. I don't know if it's the choice of words that he said that he was sleeping during the race and then woke up.
Right.
I mean, that's where we get the nickname from, the Beast, and he's a good rider. His championship point speaks for itself,
Right.
and
Hey,
we know
listen.
Martin and his attitude, but
Second place is nothing to sleep on, though. By the way, so
no,
we are, I mean, don't get me wrong, we all want first place, but him saying he's sleeping and not in second, I'll take it. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with that because again, maybe he could have won, but again, you know, Ducati factory want Pecco to win at the moment. So they want that because that's going to sell more bikes as well. So it'll be interesting to see. I like you. I don't know. I really don't know. To be, I hope he gets a factory seat so he can be competitive. But going to another manufacturer doesn't automatically makes you competitive the first year. I mean, Marquez is able to do it. Pedro is able to do it. But usually it's very difficult, and so you see the struggles of Rins, you see the struggles of Morbidelli, Joanne Mir. I mean, granted, those are some of the tough bikes to
jeez.
ride, but nonetheless, a little bit of struggle. So yeah, so same thing. I don't. I've already went out on a limb and said Marquez wasn't going to get it, and he got it. So I don't want to be down 0-2.
I think he just needs to speak up a little bit. Like these riders that say something, get what they want. Jorge Martin said what he wanted. They made that move to he got a factory seat, not where he wanted. Mark Marquez had no plan. He made that known, and now he got a nice plan with a factory seat.
Yeah,
Fabio Quartararo said, like, I'm not riding with Yamaha if y'all don't change anything. And they, I guess, bribed him into saying, yeah, we got you. So, he signed, but, I guess you got to speak up. He's a little on the quieter side.
right.
You don't really hear much of him, and I don't want to see him get pushed around. So
No,
hopefully he gets a nice deal somewhere.
no doubt there. Hopefully, we will. Well, we will find out for sure. Yeah, shout out your sponsors, man.
Yeah. J&G Performance are always helping me on the street, stuff like that. Hideaway Rentals, RV Rentals, Woodcraft Technologies, and Official Vortex always supporting me with my bike season.
All right. Shout out to Workbench Tech. Go to workbenchtech.com for your latest IT needs or any IT needs. Go to hyboston.com to get the fresh gear, like stuff I'm wearing here or I've worn on the show. My name is Rex45.
My name is TJ with two L's and coffee.
Peace.
Peace.